What are you, some kind of wandering butler? You can tell your boss I have no dealings with a go-between.
You try to enter the church. The statues that flank its heavy oaken doors address you.
Hold your horses, stranger. This holy hall may be entered by those who are loyal to the goddess only. And even eyes of stone can see you are no such creature.
Hey, Mom. And who are those loyal to the goddess?
Ha! Who are those loyal to the goddess, it asks. They are those who have seen the powers of blood, ignorant one. They partake in the knowledge of old. Blood is life. Blood undoes death. Such is the wisdom you cannot even conceive.
I wish to enter the church.
It is a wish we cannot grant, unless you prove you have knowledge of the goddess. Answer us therefore the following question.
Uh-oh. Save. Quick save.
How is she known among the loyal, the exalted one, she who speaks for the goddess?
I, but a humble initiate among the loyal, know her title, but I dare not speak it, such is my reverence. Well, this is bad. Let's go.
Before such piety, we cannot remain as stern as the stone we are shaped from. Go! You may enter the church. The loyals are lucky to count you among their number.
Awesome. Oh God. All right. Conduit, cultists, dead people.
Ah, Source Hunter. Have you come to lend your blood to our cause? How much simpler all this would be if only it was so. Still, I cannot blame you for struggling against me. What reason have you to trust me that your efforts are misplaced? But now, with Brachus Rex nearly risen, there's little more you can do to hinder me.
Hinder you? I hardly understand what you're trying to accomplish.
Perhaps for the better. When we first met on the beaches of Sicil, I underestimated you. That blunder has cost me dearly.
We met on the beach? Oh, she was the lady that stole the bloodstone from the tutorial dungeon. Okay.
Still, after all, you need not know more than this. The end is coming. The end of sorrow. The end of pain. Those who oppose me oppose peace itself.
How do you hope to attain this peace?
And here I thought you'd seen it yourself. Tell me, What is the imp historian doing, if not begging you to divert the void?
The Void Maelstrom? You're the one who is compelling it closer?
So, you're familiar after all. You know as well as I that the void is coming. In fact, if I'm very precise, it's already here. But you need not be afraid. The void is ourselves. We are destined to rejoin it.
Your schemes threaten all existence. You're a monster. That's what I tell Cappy sometimes.
I have chosen a dark and dangerous path, but I vow that those sacrificed have not suffered in vain. My only wish for all of Rivellon is the soft hush of silence.
If your goal is to unleash the void on Rivellon, what use have you for a Source King?
Brachus Rex was the forefather of our cause, the original Immaculate. His resurrection brings Rivellon one step closer to the ultimate solution: dissolution. Wouldn't you like to meet him? The sorcerer your order was formed to destroy. I'm certain he'd love nothing more than to meet you. Follow me. Find out.
Cultists. Oh. Okay. Rip them, I guess. Mortician's hut.
Fortune! The seven grant abundance.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Hello, a hatch. Ha ha ha! This is the one I was trying to get to.
Wow. Hello there. And who, pray tell, might you be?
Most recognizes as source hunters. And who are you? Actually, let's see what he's selling. Nothing interesting.
Oh, let's just say I keep the place in check. Tidy it up.
You've not got a name?
I'm no one important, really. I've learned to appreciate anonymity. And forgive me if I prefer to distance myself from any possible mishaps you adventurers can cause. Quite unpleasant to get involved. Authorities knocking on your door in the middle of the night and so on.
Sounds like you've had some bad experiences with adventurers.
Forgive me if I generalise, but some of your lot are as crazy as they come. I once thought you a quaint sort, but over the years I've come to realise that about 1 in 10 is downright dangerous. Lock up behind bars, paint the key blue and toss it into the sea material. Now I can't help but wonder, are you cut from the same batty cloth? Why've you come here after all? What's the point of it all?
I've come to rid the land of source, and rid it I shall.
The mysterious stranger gives you a long look and, after what feels like a vast eternity, nods.
Okay.
Oh! He didn't quite like that, did he? Senator Roderick. What is this sword? 57 to 84. L. Bodybuilding and initiative. Go to her. True survivor can create weapons from what he finds in the wild. I've already read that one. What's this armor? 66. Fire resistance and additional movement. That's her armor. 62. Strength HP. I'm gonna gain movement with this. Let's do that. Gains 0.2. So I went from negative 0.3 to positive 0.2, which is a difference of 0.5. In the positive. This would be a difference of 0.1 in the negative. Which is fine. Fire resist and earth resist. Water and earth. Earth and initiative. And nothing. That to him. Everything else can be sold. Sure, I read this book before. Yeah. Okay. So I got just a generic key and a mortician's hut.
Wargraf beckons you and points to the ground. The dust has been disturbed.
Thanks, Wilbur.
It has something to do with opening that hatch. A switch much like the first. Could there be more?
And there are 4 of them.
3 down, but how many to go? What was that? I heard the sound of scraping in the main hall.
Okay. Pickpocketing +1. I'm gonna sell that. Infected by rot. Unhealable. Rot doesn't sound good.
Straight.
So many folks in dark robes passing through here. I've always wondered if those fancy yellow necklaces they're always flashing are made of cheese.
Strange magic here. How do we deactivate it? The cultist must have used some kind of key or spell to get through. I have a buffalo amulet. That's not it.
The immaculate amulet fits perfectly inside.
Done. Malia. Precious Malia. I'm a fool. Please. You must stop him.
Okay. Things are getting real. Elrond.
Source Hunter. Ha. By the health of the Seven, you're here. There may yet be hope. Perhaps you remember me as a healer. But gods, what a herald of death I've become. I'm beyond redemption now. But you alone may save Sicil, may save all of Riverland from the horror I've summoned. King Brachus. Brachus Rex from the tales of old. He lives. The mad Source King, the Lord of Chaos. I have awakened him.
What happened here?
I've done a terrible thing. I've raised a mad king from beyond the grave. I imagined so very foolishly that I'd be able to extract an ancient secret from him. But with a simple flash of his arcane magic, I was finished.
I have many questions about this king.
I'll tell you all I know, Source Hunter.
What do you mean you've awakened a long-dead king?
Resurrected, revived. The king lives, but not as the man he once was. He retains the mark of death upon him, like a festering wound.
Who is or was King Brachus?
The last of the mad Source Kings he was. The tyrant who nearly condemned Riverland to oblivion. He began the War of Wars, marching brother against friend, until every land and home burned with death. It was during this dark time that your order, the Source Hunters, was formed. Brachus was defeated, and Source outlawed from the land.
Why did you awaken him?
Brachus was a dangerous monster, but he achieved things no man or mortal could have dreamt of. He alone is said to have known a great secret, how to break a forge of souls. I promised to extract this secret for a woman calling herself the Conduit. In exchange, she vowed to reveal to me a certain power of her own. In hindsight, I see that I dealt with the devil, and I've received my damnation.
Okay, I'm gonna sell you some trash before you, before you die. Sell you the underwear, the book I've already read. Allows you to cast Poison Dart. 10% chance of knockdown, but this also has an increased crit chance. I'd rather have the 10% chance of knockdown. How did you call him forth from the land of the dead?
I was given a great stone, a bloodstone, but more charged with life than any I'd seen before. The conduit said it would imbue Braccas with life enough to share the secret she craved. But what he has become, his powers have all returned, and I cannot stop him.
Was it you who raised the undead around Cecile?
My failures. My failures are so many, I can hide them no longer. In my pursuit of the Source King, I've called forth abominations that neither I nor any other can destroy. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse, the Baron of Bones, the twins by fire joined. Their ghastly faces haunt me, and they in turn have rifled through the graves and sarcophagi of Cecile in search of undead minions.
I have killed all three.
Undead, Source Hunter. Unkillable. I fear this plague may never end, no matter how many times the rotten dead are defeated.
Let me ask you about the conduit.
Curse her name. Her hell-sent promises.
What did the conduit promise you in return for your help?
What could turn any soft soul towards wickedness? My weakness was love. And it was love that she promised me. The conduit had shown me how to raise skeletons and zombies from their graves. But what I craved was something far more rare. A second life. A true second life for my wife, Malia. She was a beautiful soul, snatched from the world of the living far before her time. Now the conduit's promise seemed simple. A secret for a secret. I'd tell her how to break a soul forge, and she'd tell me how to bring Malia back.
What else can you tell me about the conduit?
She claims to be a link between her goddess and the world of men. I never believed her divine claims, but I could not deny her great power. It was she who showed me that Bloodstone could be used for more than healing. Her stones, particularly powerful and potent, could raise the dead. You can defeat the unholiness I've raised, Source Hunter. You can save the countless innocents that will perish under the Source King's mad fist. I pray... No, I believe You can reverse my failures.
So many folks in dark robes passing through here. I've always wondered if those fancy yellow necklaces they're always flashing are made of cheese.
So Celeron believed that by unleashing these monsters, he'd learn the secret to resurrecting his beloved wife.
Yeah, only a true devil would cause such destruction for a bit of fancy necromancy.
Only a true devil would cause such destruction for a bit of fancy necromancy.
He'd feed Sicil to the hellhounds in the name of ripping his beloved's soul from the afterlife and trapping it in her mortal corpse. Disgusting.
Sigils of terror and torment will blight them.
Well, I guess we're gonna save, huh? Is he on fire? He has 837 hit points.
And the earth shall take the guise of hell.
Water resistance. He has negative water resistance, so raining on him might be helpful. Hey on him. Come closer, Brachus.
First the cities and the children shall burn. Sigils of terror and torment will blight them.
I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with pain.
Here now, one who comes to watch the spectacle, to see the sovereign of the source ascend again. Or perhaps you are the first in a long new line, the first that will try to stop my dominion again. Oh, by the emerald eyes of the goddess, would you believe that I can still feel it ever so vaguely? The force of the stab that cleft my heart and sent my soul shivering into death. But my followers have done it. They have done it like I knew they would. Blood, the thick red gravy, the source of souls, has been yielded unto star-sent stones and has swept away the eternal shadows. How long has it been, I wonder, my first repose in death? An hour? The time it takes the seas to tear down cliffs. It is of no matter. I live, and I shall claim my throne anew.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to show you what the bad guy looks like. No, that's his front.
Oh, that's his front?
Yeah. You can see, like,
So is he just like...
I can't zoom in. This is like his chest, and there's his head, which is a skull, and there's flames coming out from his collar. Does that make sense now when you look at it? Okay. Yeah, squatting sucks. Sorry. My bad. I know, right? Same. I'm told the reason for your resurrection is a secret you hold, how to break a soul forge.
The reason for my resurrection, O simplest of spirits, is that I was destined to be
Were it not for the vainglorious fools that raised me now, it would have been another, perhaps wiser being that would have done so in time. And time is of no matter, only to be eternally. A woman seeks my secret, for her soul is entwined with another's, yes. Where once they were inseparable, now they have grown apart in purpose and intent. But my secrets are mine to keep. Perhaps when she lies shivering before me, pledging alliance to her king, I will break her forge before I break her.
What does the name Cassandra mean to you?
Not a thing. There was a woman once that went by that name, until I mangled her body into that of a leaf. Oh, my sister dearest, Cassandra and her man-cat. Mere pets of mine, the both of them. Tools to bruise and break as I saw fit. They bled so very beautifully.
I guess you must be Brachus Rex, huh?
A fable I may have become as time dragged on, but a fact I am once more, little one. Don't all of you miserable mortals realize that they who are one with Source have thrown off the burdensome mantle of death forever? I embraced Source. I drank it, made it part of my blood and my being. And so a warlord became a sorcerer, and a sorcerer became a king. The fools of this world dubbed me a tyrant, for the gods convinced them I was such, fearful as they were of my rise in power. Armies amassed, too many. Scores I slew, too few. Death took me, too soon, but not for all time.
Heard enough. We Source Hunters undid you once, and will do so again.
A Source Hunter. So you are, though you are so much more, and do not even know it. No matter, they still smell like you do, by the by, your brother and sister hunters, as they closed in around me that first time. Fear. That most sly, most intangible of sense. Drowned out soon afterward by the acid stench of urine. I had but to look at them, and they rusted their chainmail where they stood. I undid so manifold they had to wade through the gore of the fallen. Oh, what a feast, what fountains of gravy we had. Alas, that there were too many, as there clearly are too many of you still. Although, life renewed has made me rather peckish, and from the looks of you, you need but the slightest of squeezes to make squirt the sauce's sauce from your soft, fleshy shell. Yes, look at you, plump as a leech bulging with freshly sucked blood. Oh, I do believe, as my servants would say as they brought in a squirming, plump girl on a plate, that dinner is served. Stand by you. The blessing of
Bro, that seems unfair. find out where that guy goes. Alright, first off, we need to rain.
7 traps.
We'll fix that problem. How much to use a resurrection scroll? 6. I'll just wait for him to come at me. Bro.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
Does this revive them with a certain amount of hit points? 20% of its vitality. Crippled. Seems a little unfortunate here. Okay. Gross, dude. Okay. Weird choice of movement there. Cannot see the target. He's almost dead. Oh, that sucks. He's dead. Make it rain.
Spirits of it, show your strength.
Okay. Put all the fire out. Blocked! Get blocked, nerd.
My kingdom for a dry shirt.
I don't know if you're immune to knockdown, but we're gonna try it. No, he's not immune. Let's fucking go. Get knocked down, nerd. $228 damage. Oh, he's fucked now. Bro, there's literally rain here. Why is there still fire on the floor? What the fuck?
The unending darkness.
And that is the final end of Bracker Springs.
May his soul remain in the depths of hell for good.
need to dry off.
Yep, we're putting out all the fire because it wasn't out apparently.
I needed that. I feel better already.
Bless the Seven! I am restored! I feel better already!
Lucky find!
A stitch at time, eh, my friends? I needed that. Into the fray once more.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
A stitch at time, eh, my friends?
Source Hunter, is it safe? Have you done it? Please tell me that you have sent Brachus Rex to the grave once and for all.
I have. His reign of terror is over.
Magnificent. Oh, truly wondrous. I feel like a prisoner set free. Free to bask in the daylight once more.
Could you stick around after I, figure out what all these items are so I can sell them to you? Be tight. Actually, just give me all of these.
I was so fearful, petrified almost in the knowledge that I might see him again. You see, I knew the Mad King. In fact, I served him.
Come again?
I'm a wizard hunter, and that means I've seen many centuries pass me by. They weren't always happy ones, and you may take that as an understatement. I was once under Brachus's thrall, bound to him by perfidious magic. Life was an endless cycle of servitude, torture, and humiliation. Only after the first source hunters skewered him like the pig he was did my nightmare end. As you can imagine, I was afraid beyond all measure that the fiend would enslave us all once more. That I'd be cast back into the rank pit that was my past. But he hasn't, and he never will. Thank you. I will never forget this act of valor.
I asked Brachus about Cassandra. Turns out she was his sister. A sister with a man-cat?
So you have heard of her? Yes. I knew Cassandra. She was a sweet girl when we met. Hardly a woman yet. The very opposite of her deranged brother, who did not hesitate to butcher her for his own benefit. We were fast friends in those days. Aye, more than friends. Until he took her down to the dungeons and she returned a woman no longer. A twisted lich had she become, with a twisted mind to match her grisly new shape.
Why did Brachus turn his own sister into a lich?
He remorselessly and relentlessly sought ways to cheat death. Cassandra and he were soul-forged, so he knew that if she would die, he would die. And so he turned her into a lich. Turned her into a creature neither living nor dead, so that he could break the soul forge without destroying himself in the process. Giving the matter no further thought, he rid his sister of her humanity, so as to rid himself of a spell that could threaten him. Such a man was Brachus Rex. Immortal in his mind and immortal to be in effect. As your swords and spells have demonstrated, though, to this world's everlasting contentment, his deranged fancy was not to be.
Cassandra is an immortal lich. Where is she now?
I don't know. When the Source Hunters besieged Brachus' castle, I sought only to escape. I never heard of her again.
Even though, as you say, you and Cassandra were more than friends?
Yes. I longed for freedom, for release. When I saw my chance, I ran and never looked back.
Now that Brachus has been dealt with, what's next?
You have foiled one of Leandra's vile designs. That much is certain. But I highly doubt you forestalled her endgame, whatever that may be. It is therefore imperative that we find her sister Ikara. As you've learned from the accursed duo that was Jake and Evelyn, the White Witch is somehow involved. I will vouch for her gentle nature, but alas, I cannot vouch for her current state of mind. Has she been corrupted by her sister, perhaps? Or have they become enemies locked in a murderous game of cat and mouse? There's no way of knowing until you find her. What I do know is that she lives in a cabin deep in Lacula Forest to the north. If anywhere, that is where I advise your travels should take you next.
Okay.
Very well, Hunter. My gratitude is yours, as is my service.
It is strange, Source Hunter. I have heard many tales of Brachus Rex, the radiant ruler, and King Brachus, boon of our blighted land. How can it be that the stories sang him a hero when he was in fact an evil tyrant?
Yeah, history is written by power, not truth. There's no more truth to these stories than there are fish in the sky. On the contrary, it's enough to assume our stories tell us one part of the whole. The story may be incomplete, but that doesn't make it false.
I suppose a song of our world would be quite different if it were written in summer or in winter. But it cannot be that all the stories of old are fiction. What about Threes? What about Amira? And the cycles of the elven bards? If they are false, if they are written by power, as our friend says, what good are they?
Real. Alright, let's look at the stuff we just looted. Let's sort by latest. Identify. That is a scoundrel book, which goes to him. That'll go to him. A two-handed bow. I don't like bows, but I'll send it to her to look at. A punching dagger. There's a two-handed axe. Magic. That goes to Bear Daughter. That goes to Bear Daughter. Regular boots, an unidentified belt, leather. Alright, let's identify some stuff. Initiative, immunity to cursed and air resistance. Requires Dex 6. Maybe Bear Daughter? We'll find out. Poison resistance and HP. It's probably not good for anybody, but we'll check it out. But this Lore Master, HP, poison, and air resistance. Lore Master is already Bear Daughter, so we'll send it to her. See if she can use it. Unlock skill regeneration. I already have regeneration, so that's not helpful. Nope, my club is better. Now we're going to sort this by type. Bodybuilding and initiative. So yeah, you definitely don't want that belt. What about this axe? +1 strength, fire resistance, reduced movement. It also has a wider damage radius. But with +1 strength, that also gives her more damage. It does offensive rating. The chance of hit. $91 to $141. Then this goes 81 to 144. So it's got a much lower floor and a only slightly higher ceiling. I'd rather have a tighter damage spread. Probably just sell Brachus' two-handed axe then. Bear Daughter. Her belt is better. Lore Master. I would get rid of Dex for Lore Master. No. Alright. Send that to Roderick. What is this? Fast Track. 100% chance to set Hastened for 2 turns. Don't I already have that? Yeah, okay. That's just gonna get sold. That's a crap one. 27 to 45. Pretty bad. Roderick's gonna sell that. Identify this punching dagger. 36 to 60 with 5 to 9 air, so that's 41 to 69. Giggity. I'd lose 0.35 movement, gain HP, and chance to stun. Occurring of escape. Swap those. Yeah. Send that to Roderick. Wish I could sort bags. Too bad you can't. Pretty much everything else in here can be sold. I'm gonna make a buttload of money back at camp. Or at town, whatever.
What am I going to do in this madhouse? I ought to be serving my king in Hunter's Edge.
Now, we can loot all the stuff. Him. He has a chance for extra loot. That. Still not 100% certain what the heck is happening when that occurs. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't... Hmm. 54,400 hit points. So they don't want you to hit it open. I also like how poison somehow damages your armor. I don't understand how that works. It's not acid. Poison. Wait, is this an arrowhead? That is. Goes to Bear Daughter. Purify Fire Scroll. Removes burning. That's Underwater. Leadership and 23 hit points. Armor. I like immune to blind though. Okay, I guess I'm done in here. There's this chest over here, but I don't know how to open it. I'm gonna assume that I would have given the key to him if I had it. Weird. The lock stayed there. Alright, we'll put it back where the lock is. Alright, so the basement of the church has a chest I can't open. You're not holding the key, are you?
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Divines doubly bless you, friend. This cannot be. Can it? You have found one of the sources of the undead and sent it back into oblivion. But that is fantastic. Never have I seen such heroism. Hope breaks through after 2 years of absolute darkness. Cyseal remains under threat, yes, but finally it has been proven even the dead can be vanquished. To think, Feliron too was behind these horrors all along. A man who treated the wounds I obtained in battle, who comforted me when my agony was great. Such a pity. Cyseal is in your debt, Hunter. I, and the Legion too. Brachus Rex is dead, and no one but you could have done this glorious deed.
That's a lot of experience. 13,500.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you. By all means. What? My legionnaires. They all perished? For 2 years, all news has been bad news, and clearly nothing has changed. Still, I thank you for telling me, Source Hunter. Knowledge is better than uncertainty.
Thanks, my love. You got a catch in your throat? Huh? You're... Just noises. Oh, just an upgraded Lucky Charm boot. Way more armor, way more hit points. Kinda want it. Hey, what's up, loser? Getting ready to make curry soon? Hell yeah, brother. When are you doing it? Like this weekend kind of thing? Oh, straight up tonight. Okay. Cappy and I are going to be making curry in 2 weeks? Not soon enough, she says. Yeah, this weekend we need to do our...
Back and that. It's perfect.